Stop video recording.
Over it. Yo. Don't do it.
You're not.
No. Don't you dare. Mm-mm. What happened? Did you kick yourself in the face? Don't you dare walk on me. Don't you dare. No. The Sunbeams class. Like the one that Aeon's in. Hey!
They had a meeting about all the kids in the and I noticed that on Sunday when it was so tiny for that many little ones. Yeah, kind of pushed us a little bit more, and it's getting tighter. I wonder if they'll split the water.
Careful, you.
Where the Portuguese are mainly over on Delk Road.
Get off.
That area.
Get off. I will get you.
Get me out here! Help me! Help me! Ow, hair!
I wonder when they decide to do some more of these
Hey, can you do the meow song?
Meow, 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 meow.
No, the one you were doing at the sandwich place the other day.
I don't want to do that again.
Oh, please.
No.
Please, Aeon, please.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want it right now. It's a hard song.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Okay, well, what song do you want to sing? Which one's easy enough for you to sing?
Well, nothing.
What? What about? What about? Twinkle, twinkle.
I know that one, but I can't sing that.
Yes, you can.
No.
Yes, you can.
I don't want to do it right now.
What about this old man?
You sing it for me.
But you gotta sing it with me. No. Don't step on me.
I got one wagon. Out here, out here.
Got you by the leg.
Let go of me.
But this is my leg now.
Huh?
Mine.
No, it's mine.
Mine.
Look, it's attached to me.
But it's still mine.
It's attached to me.
Hey, don't kick me in the head. My leg.
Take it away.
Can't get away. It's my leg now. Mine, all mine. Don't you. My leg, all mine.
Oh, there's my leggings.
Nope, mine now.
Mine. You already have your leggings.
But now I have 4.
Don't have any more leggings.
Fine, you can have those. They're too little.
Okay, doggy.
But the feetsies.
No, my babies are too little. They're too little.
Fine. But that arm...
No, the arms are too little.
No, they're just perfect.
No.
Especially those little fingers.
Let me go.
You can go, but this is my arm.
This is my arm.
No, it's mine now.
No, it's mine now.
No, it's mine.
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 We have some tickles. That's what you're gonna have.
Everybody was just
Pickle?
trying their darndest to buy
Tickles.
houses before they went up any further.
Why are you doing that?
Because you're all mine.
Let me go. The head hurts.
What?
The head hurts.
Why does your head hurt?
Ah,
Because you need more
the
tickles?
table too close to it.
No, you're all mine.
Ah!
More fruit. Yeah, crazy. More food. What's that? Be very quiet. We are being hunted by the Aeon. I think we made it. I think she's gone. Oh, dude. Oh man, I forgot my shake. Dang. Those veils. Totally took mommy's box and everything.
What I miss? What did I miss?
I was talking to my friend about how I wanted to go to a DCI camp next week. And I was like, I should probably learn brass, except I didn't write brass, I wrote brass.
Well then, it's a bit awkward. Just a smidge.
I may or may not have a problem.
I think you do have a problem. The question is whether or not you're in denial.
I'm always in denial though.
I'm always in denial. Isn't that like that being in denial though?
Oh, no. Don't do this to my mind.
There's a twist like you just died. Hold on. That's my job. Get back up. I resuscitate you with my magical powers of that non-existence.
I resuscitate you.
With my super magical powers of... Never mind. The things I do to try to appease you. I stopped being southern just for you. I gave you back your life just for you. And maybe a little bit for me, but you know, same difference.
There is no difference.
There are rappers in my room everywhere. Like, literally. Okay. I don't know why I did this. But yesterday I was like, I don't want to throw away my wrappers. I just want to sit there and have them all on my nightstand and see how many I can collect.
You're an idiot. That's going to grow up and then attach them attached to each other, and it's going to eat you, just like you ate what is inside of them.
You know what's funny though, is I did this same thing once when I watched all the Pirates of the Caribbean for the first time with a couple of my friends, and we had Reese's that our family had left over from Halloween, and I wrapped all the wrappers around each other, and made it like giant wrapper ball of Reese's wrappers. And the thing is, that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You want to know what's sad? I still have it.
What in the world, Annie?
Exactly. I'm telling you. Wrappers. All wrapped around each other. And then a little, like, wrapper, just like, yeah.
Did it say wrapper?
And I've legitimately just kept this on my bookshelf for like 2 or 3 years because it's just a funny little thing.
What if someone like came into your room and just ate it?
What?
What if someone came into your room and ate that piece of chocolate?
It's not a piece of chocolate, it's just wrappers.
What?
Like I told you, it's wrappers, wrapped around wrappers, around wrappers, around wrappers.
I was clearly not paying enough attention.
No, you weren't. It is just wrappers.
Speaking of chocolate, maybe I want some chocolate.
Except for like, you know...
Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Chocolate! Chocolate! Oh my god.
Oh look, money.
I was laughing at the ridiculousness of it all. Excuse me? You missed it. I was just like, why are there 2 of your screens? I don't understand.
What do you mean? Why are there 2 of my screens?
Like, you know when you go into a different window while you're on Skype and it shows like the other person's video in the corner?
Yes.
Well, I'm in Skype, but it still has that second window in the corner. I'm like, why?
That's so weird.
So there was your face in the middle, and then on the right side there's mine, and then yours again. Yeah, so I'm fairly certain that even if I'm working on Friday, I'm probably not going to go to sleep like it all. Just because I will probably be very excited and all that from having watched movies all day and seeing a new one and everything. But also because I just think it'd be interesting to see what it'd be like me trying to survive a day at work with no sleep. I mean, I did it at school just fine. So, you know.
I did that once before and it ended terribly, so I'm never doing it again.
You know what? New Moon, I think it was. Twilight or New Moon when they came out. I was only allowed to go to the premiere if I went to school the next day. And because they also had a church class before school every school day, it started at like 6:30. I had to wake up at like 6, go to that class, go through all the school day, and then go to the premiere that night. Then the next day, and the premiere would end at like 2:30 in the morning, get home around 3:30, and then I would wake up the next morning at about 6 and go to the same church class at like 6:30, and then go straight to school after that. And then that night I had a chili cook-off at church to go to, where I was babysitting my nephew, which involved me having to give him piggyback rides down the halls. So, and that I didn't get home till 10 or 11 at night. So,
more than you've had experience and you know you can survive.
Exactly, right?
Which I suppose is a very good thing.
It is. And then, of course, the next day after the chili cook-off was a Saturday, so I slept in till about noon.
Goodness you.
But I knew that most any day anyway, so no big deal. Right? Right. But yeah, I survived 2 days on about 3 hours of sleep. 2 to 3 hours of sleep.
You're just a bit crazy.
Give or take, depending on how long it took me to fall asleep.
Also, look at that big cookie. It's almost as big as the plate.
I want that cookie.
Sucks for you, doesn't it? Not yours.
It's the cookie. But when I got home, it was the same problem yesterday. Actually, I came home yesterday and the kitchen smelled odd. And I went to put down my stuff on the counter, and I put down my drink. And of course, me being me, I managed to knock it over and spit it all over the counter, all over my mother's recipe book.
Way to go,
A wallet thing, a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh no. And there was like this big of a mess on the counter, and I just freaked out and I had to get a bunch of paper towels and everything and cleaned it up. I see your cereals, by the way.
My what?
Your cereals.
What's that?
Cereal.
My Cheerios?
I see Tony the Tiger. That's the only one I can make out.
Yep, go on,
They're definitely cereal boxes.
Yeah. That's my cereal stuff. I don't really eat half of it. The rest of it's for my brother and sister.
You have a personal cereal shelf in your house. Now I have a legitimate question.
Yes.
So, if I'm trying not to be southern, and I'm doing the whole British thing, and if I have to say I am the jelly, do I now have to say I am the jam?
No. Oh, hot this is my jelly?
Clever pun? No?
I get it.
From now on, whenever we do a British accent
What?
thing, whenever we're doing a British accent type thing and we're jealous about something, we have to say I am the jam instead of I am the jelly, just because. I'm still like texting with Beth at the same time, so
Hello, Beth.
don't mind me.
Hello, Beth.
She can't hear you.
That's why you should text it.
Fine. She probably doesn't remember who you are. I'm telling you now. She's going to text me back and be like, Synthia, who? I'd be like,
Synthia, my friend from Hampshire.
well, I said I did try to help her out by saying my dear northern friend Synthia would like to say hello to you.
All fancy like that?
Oh yes. Oh, I'll prove it to you right now. Right here. Also, my dear northern friend Synthia would like for me to say hello to you. Okay. I sometimes occasionally get them confused.
Where?
Because, no, only in the way that until recently, like a couple of weeks ago, I hadn't seen the new version of Yours, Mine and Ours. I had only seen this version.
Yes.
Which is shoot, what year is this done? 1968. So that's the original version I'd seen, and I like that one, and I still kind of like it more than the new one, but I haven't seen that one very recently. And then Cheaper by the Dozen, I've only seen the new version of. I haven't seen the 60s version of it.
There's a 60s version? What?
Well, I'm guessing 60s. It's the same type of... It's around the same time.
Oh,
I'm guessing. So why is all of your personal things piled up on the back of the couch?
Because this is my couch now.
Oh, now? Did
My
you just
mother-
slowly
my
claim
mother-
it with all of your hats and signs?
Yep, my hats, my signs, my sweaters, there's a phone. There's some duct tape, there's my blanket and my book, and my notebook, and there's my backpack over there, and all my college letters.
So, how many couches do you have? Or have you just claimed the one and only one? It's your personal one?
I claimed this one, and then there's a much longer couch over there.
So there's two.
Yes.
I see.
But even my mother calls this couch my territory, so...
That's a plus.
Yeah.
I never had that kind of sort of luck.
Repeat that.
I said, that's nice. I never had that sort of luck with sort of things here. I just recently was told that I can no longer wear my shoes in the living room because my mother re-cleaned the carpet. When I was moved out and went to move back in, she wanted to steal my carpet. I said no, I like my carpet. But the one in the living room is so much dirtier. Believe me, there are stains that you can't see. They're just hidden under the bed. And I was like, but we got that rug specifically for my room because the floor is so cold. She's like, oh, I thought it was just because the floor was so covered in paint and everything. No, because I was freezing my feet every single morning on hardwood.
I hated doing that.
I know.
My old room used to be like that.
I still have like a good part of my room where the carpet doesn't quite reach. So there's that whole thing where there's still hardwood. So every time I leave my room, it's cold as crap. It's such a beautiful carpet. Why would my mother ever think that I would give it up? I mean, it's so beautiful. But it's not really seen it because my room is a complete and utter disaster. I did clean it like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, because it was really bad. Actually, hang on. Oh dear! I just realised it's been a month exactly since I cleaned my room. You know how I figured that out?
Oh.
Because the last time I cleaned my room, because it was ridiculous and utterly so, was the day that I crashed my bike. And I remember that was October the 13th, and now it's November the 13th. And I remember exactly that it's the 13th because it's also Roddy's 6th birthday today. So, it's been exactly a month since I cleaned my room last.
Oh wow.
And it only was cleaned for about 2 or 3 days, maybe a week, before it got almost completely trashed to almost the same degree again because I had the hugest roach up on my wall.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, lying on my bed and watching a show on my iPod, and I looked up, and there was the hugest roach I've ever seen in my entire life, just up by the ceiling. And I freaked out. Because at first I thought it was just like a dark spot from the paint spots on the ceiling. But no, it was a cockroach.
Ew.
So I had to get my brother to come in here and help me. And it ran across the top of the wall. And then he tried to squash it against the wall and have a dustpan underneath to catch it. But it ran past the dustpan and fell onto the floor. And I almost couldn't find it because it went into my closet. So I had to throw everything out of my closet in order to find it and to kill it and get it out. Because I wasn't going to sleep until it was gone.
Oh.
So, all progress destroyed.
Well, I would assume so.
I know, but I'm telling you, I've never seen one that huge before in my entire life. So, it was necessary. not even going to try to lie about it.
But on a completely unrelated fact, I got a new follower.
You got a new father? Did I hear that right? I don't think I did. You're just like, obviously I didn't hear correctly, or else you wouldn't be dying of laughter. You wouldn't be laughing at me this way if that was the case.
You got a new father?
Hey, it's one of those things that's important enough to be on a completely unrelated note. I'd like to share this with you.
Oh, no.
Did you say my only other guess is Fanta?
That's even better. No, a new follower.
I actually can't right now. You're going to put that up, aren't you?
Whoa. No. Not time being.
You're typing rather furiously over there.
But I was typing in the Xbox.
Xbox.
I almost forgot the K, and that would have been really awkward. I was typing
What you're thinking?
in somebody's ass box. What?
Oh, did you get my text? Why didn't you
What?
answer it? Have you seen?
Are you talking about me?
Have you seen a Harry Potter musical?
I have.
Or I should say, more specifically, a Harry Potter sequel. I think that's it.
I think I have, but I can't quite remember what happened.
How's a new follower too?
Who's your new follower? Is it Jill Nicole?
No, it's Tenet's Time Queen.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you could be the same person. They would, see us sharing back and forth our awesome
I thought so
think,
too.
we should follow these people because they're freaking hilarious.
I've even made a tag for the two of us. It is called The Adventures of
I know, you've
Amy
already
and
mentioned it
Synthia.
like 3 times every time we Skype. Oh, I made a tag for the two of us whenever we chat and make funny comments and sound like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I don't remember that, so...
what I do. Strange fact about me, I tend to remember various random bits of conversation. Like,
Strange fact about me, I don't tend to remember
for example,
anything.
this summer, Beth went on a trip to China. I don't know if I mentioned that to you. But
No, you didn't.
she was gone for about 2 weeks. It was probably like...
What was she doing in China? What was she doing in China? What are you laughing at? Goodness me, what is she doing?
I just saw it in my peripheral view and I was like, what the heck is that? Rapper? But, she's gone for about 2 weeks, and when she came back, she was showing me the various things that she'd gotten, that she'd brought back from China. Like, a couple of magazines that she'd bought. And at one point, she was flipping through them and everything, and she was talking about how most things were cheap over there. Like, a t-shirt from a store was about, like, the equivalent of, like, $3, as opposed to, like, 15 to 20 here. So, there was all of that. And then she was flipping through the magazines, and she was telling me how one of the things that was fairly expensive, though, was the ice cream. And she happened to be mentioning this because she came across an ad in the magazine for Baskin Robbins. and she was showing how it was like the equivalent of about $5 for a scoop of ice cream from Baskin Robbins there. And then she was showing me other things afterwards, and like a week later we were hanging out in a room and we were both looking through the magazines, like we were generally reading them and looking at all the different outfits and stuff that were in them, because they were fashion magazines for China. And at one point I came across the Baskin Robbins thing, and she was telling me again, she's like, oh yeah, the ice cream there is so expensive. I'm like, yeah, you already told me that. She's like, I did? When did I do that? And I told her about how she had been showing me all the things, and I told her about, like, just like I just told you. And she's like, how do you remember all of these things? She's like, I don't even remember all of that. And then I went and told her about how, what we ended up talking about afterwards, because we had gone on a tangent from there. And she was like, how do you do that? So I'll just remember various bits of conversation, and I'll even remember the tangents we go on from that stuff. I'm like, what?
Normally I can just remember the farthest tangent from a conversation. Just strange, but it happens.
Sometimes that sort of thing happens too. Like, sometimes we'll be like in the middle of talking about something completely random, and one of us will be like, how did we get to talking about this again? And then I'll think for a moment, and then I'll remember, I'm like, oh, we were talking about this, which reminded me us of this, and because of that, it reminded us of when we did this or that or whatever. And she's like, what the freaking heck? So it's fun creeping her out sometimes with the things I remember. It's a bit amusing, you know. Sometimes a bit difficult though when I'm trying to explain to her about certain things, because I remember things fairly well, like actors' names and everything. She can't remember actors' names except for very, very basic ones that you can't help but know, like stuff like Daniel Radcliffe, like people that are in like very popular, like the main people, the main cast, like the main Harry Potter people, like the main 3 Harry Potter people.
Yep.
And then like the 3 main Twilight people, stuff like that. And Doctor Who, of course, like David Tennant, stuff like that. She remembers those. But the rest of them,
yes,
she can't remember worth a darn. You have to try and remind her by like characters they've played or something, because she just can't. So like even now, what she was saying, like she was saying how she was going to go somewhere to watch the first Breaking Dawn, and later on she was like, apparently not, watching something else. And I asked her what it was, and she said Private Practice, and I said, I've never watched it, but isn't that the spin-off from Grey's Anatomy with the redhead? She's like, I don't know.
Sounds a lot like me too. Oops.
Yeah, it was like, it's like, that's the spin-off thing from Grey's Anatomy with the redhead, right? I don't know. I was like, I figured.
What?
I should have figured that.
Do it.